My name is Emily, and today I'm going to be talking about entrepreneurship. I've tried the video overlay with Zoom countless times, and I cannot get it to work. So I'm going to hold up my iPad with my presentation, and we're just going to have to be flexible. But today I'm going to be talking about entrepreneurship and some different challenges, pros and cons, and if I think it would be a good fit for me. So first of all, what is entrepreneurship? The textbook defines it as entrepreneurship occurs when an enterprising individual pursues a lucrative opportunity under conditions of uncertainty. So entrepreneurship is common in fields of business when an individual or group of people have an idea or a concept or something of a product, company, market, anything like that they want to bring to life and kind of invent and create. They innovate new systems, processes, produce new goods, and new markets. And then some unique aspects of entrepreneurship. They are quick to mitigate risk and use networks of contacts rather than hierarchy, which is like a chain of command essentially. So in the beginning stages of entrepreneurship, they use networking and contacts rather than a hierarchy. That doesn't mean that they can't use a hierarchy later on, but typically when they're starting out and creating new ideas and concepts in businesses, they'll start with kind of a group concept rather than a hierarchy. So that's a fun fact about entrepreneurship. They generate new ideas and turn them into business ventures. And then just some quick pros and cons. Entrepreneurs seek independence, freedom, and self-motivation. So they're typically very outgoing individuals who like to kind of be their own boss and seek independence and challenge, which aligns with my personalities. But in a second here, I'll explain the cons. Survival is difficult. So without a track record, it's really hard to coordinate lenders, investors, and customers. And then it's hard with the economy. Sometimes it ebbs and flows all the time, and you kind of have to hit that sweet spot of a window to kind of maximize your benefit in the economy. And then according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, 20% of new businesses fail in the first year, and only half will survive after 5 years. So definitely some cons with entrepreneurship, and some of those cons tend to veer me away, but the pros definitely align with my personality. So I'll get to that in a second. And then important traits for becoming a successful entrepreneur. The textbook highlights 3 main ones: smart, adaptable, and resilient, which tend to align with my personality. So smart would be creating new ideas, accounting for competition, and seeking independence. With entrepreneurship, it's really hard because if you're kind of the first at something, it's hard to see competition or anything like that. So you have to be creative and come up with new ideas. Sometimes there is competition, so smart leaders would look at the other competition, see what they're doing that works. How can we do something different in our company to be unique? And then seeking independence. Entrepreneurs are typically very independent people. They like to kind of do their own thing, hence the creation of a new concept or company. Adaptable, going with the flow and rolling with the punches, and then viewing your challenges as a way to grow. Adaptability is a huge part of entrepreneurship, and if you let your challenges diminish you, then it often will not turn out successful. So definitely viewing your challenges as a way to grow is an important aspect of entrepreneurship. And then being resilient, being quick to mitigate and problem solve. There are often going to be challenges, and you just have to kind of stand firm and be resilient. And then here's 4 quick challenges that were highlighted in the textbook. And then here's 4 quick challenges that were highlighted in the textbook. Striking the right balance of growth and sustainability. This is really important because in the time frame of entrepreneurship, there's going to be times when you need to focus on growing, and then times when you need to focus on sustainability and just kind of working within the confines of your current group. And transition is difficult. The textbook says, at first it's high performance, cheap labor, but then it will evolve into higher wages, and you'll be hiring more people who are less dedicated than your founders. I thought this was a typo when I first read it, but it is important to note that most of the time the founders will be the most dedicated to this venture. So finding people to hire that are equally as excited about it is definitely important, and transitioning from just being yourself in a small group to maybe venturing into a bigger company would be a difficult transition. Difficulty delegating. Entrepreneurs often have a hard time delegating. If they've been with this company, product, idea for a long time, it's hard to transition to kind of let loose and have other people have at it. But it is crucial to the success of the company because they cannot do everything themselves. And then going public is often a challenge. It's expensive and valuable, and you're using valuable time and effort. And then going public is often paired with feeling of loss of control by the entrepreneur. So once they're creating their company, it kind of feels like a loss of control to let other people have their hands on it and kind of view everything they're doing. So after all of those challenges and positives and negatives, I do not think entrepreneurship is for me. I personally do not like the idea of being my own boss and kind of leading the whole thing. I really like the concept of entrepreneurship, which is coming up with new ideas and creating things under the umbrella of a bigger company or venture. I like to be free and independent and come up with ideas and use creative freedom, but it is tough sometimes to kind of be your own boss. So I like the concept of entrepreneurship rather than entrepreneurship. But anyways, those are my thoughts.